Today we will be showing you how to replace a StorageTek IBM LTO loader style tape drive. This will apply to IBM LTO 1 through 6 series drives with both SCSI and fiber channel interfaces for StorageTek library environments. Some StorageTek library applications that use IBM LTO drives will require you to power the library off also before a drive replacement. Other library applications will not require the power off. Any questions about your specific application should be directed to your library OEM or maintenance provider. Once you have scheduled downtime if it is needed, before powering off your host machine, you should always check to see if there is a tape in the faulty tape drive. If there is, please attempt to use the library commands if possible to eject the tape. If it fails to eject properly and the tape is stuck, you will need to manually remove your tape from the drive once you have completed the replacement. Please see our video about removing a stuck tape from an IBM LTO tape drive if you have any questions on how this process works. Due to the nature of SCSI-connected devices, when replacing them, we always recommend scheduling downtime and powering off the host that they are connected to. This will prevent any host communication issues, as the drive will be negotiated with the host during the server post process. Once you have verified that the drive is clear of any tapes and powered off your host machine if required, it will be time to remove your tape drive. Please follow the proper procedure for your specific application to remove the tape drive from your tape library. If your replacement drive came with the proper tray hardware already installed with it, you will not need to move anything over from the faulty drive. However, if the replacement drive only came as a drive brick without any tray hardware, you will need to remove the tray from the faulty drive and install it with the replacement drive before continuing. The basic procedure for moving tray hardware from any faulty drive to a replacement is to first remove the screws holding the drive in the tray, and then unplug the interface, power, and serial cables from the rear of the drive. If it is a SCSI drive, check to see if the SCSI ID block requires you to move any jumpers over to the replacement. If it is a fiber channel drive, ensure that the replacement has the fiber GBIC and bridge both in the correct positions. Finally, you will need to move the target from the front of the faulty drive over to the replacement. This target is what the library uses to calibrate to the drive. Some targets are held on by screws and others are just clipped in. Please be very careful when moving the target over, as they are somewhat fragile. Then you can install the replacement drive into the tray. First, ensure that the serial, interface, and power cables are installed in the rear. Then the drive can be screwed down into the tray. If you have any questions about how to move your specific application tray over from drive to drive, please open a ticket through the Rocket Plus customer portal. Now you can power on the library if it was required to power off for your specific application's drive replacement procedure. Please wait for the library to initialize completely, or for the replacement drive to be brought online if the library was powered on during the drive replacement. Now you can power on your host system. If you have the ability to do so, you should watch the post process of your host system and ensure that the drive is seen correctly on the host bus prior to booting into the operating system. If you do not see the drive displayed correctly during the post process of your host system or in the operating system once it has been installed, please power the host system down and check all cabling going to the drive and ensure the SCSI ID is set correctly. Then power the host system back up. You will now need to reconfigure your backup software to be able to use the drive you just replaced. All backup software handles this process differently. For our purposes, since we use Symantec Backup Exec, we simply need to restart the services to allow the tape services to detect the replaced drive. Your backup software procedure may be different. Any questions regarding backup software should be directed to the manufacturer or software support. If you are having any issues with the replacement drive being seen by the host system, or the drive is not powering on correctly, please open a ticket through the Rocket Plus customer portal. Thanks for watching. This has been another video by the Top 10 USA Video Production Team. We look forward to sharing more content with you going forward, so please check out our YouTube channel and please subscribe so that you get notified whenever we release a new piece of content.